All honor and power and glory goes to the Most High Power seated in the third heavens, Abi Yahweh, and the Son of Mashek Yahushai, dying, coming to give us another chance to be kings and priests on this earth. Another shalom to the elders of Israel out there teaching the men and women how to be a righteous woman and man in these last days, right? As it is written. Also, brothers out there in the highways and byways, bringing the flock, fighting the good fight. Special shalom to y'all as well. To the brothers and sisters who may not know the Israel or slowly coming in, learning culture and heritage. Special shalom to y'all as well. So, boy Zachariah is coming at you. A real quick one. This one is called Hidden Things Part 22. Are we black? Okay, let's examine that word. Let's see the definition of that word. Let's see the meaning of that word, because there's a meaning behind all things. So we have to understand that, right? As we go through our trials and tribulations in this realm, we have to understand why we're going through as well. I've been through a lot lately, and I'm still going. Lost good people in my life, but on that level, I have to understand that through the regeneration, I'm going to see them again. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to hit y'all with the Fair Use Act. And I'm just let y'all know, Copyright Act of 1976. I don't own none of these things. It's just for commentary purposes and for teaching purposes only. So let's dive in it. Okay, so let's get the definition of the word black as we go into the Winston Simplified Dictionary from 1929. Let's just dive in it, okay? Let's see the definition of the word black, right? So the word black, entirely without light, opposite of white, wrapped in darkness, dismal, forbidding, threatening, right? Without moral light or goodness, okay? Dark-skinned as a Negro, right? Opposite of white again. So we're gonna go down and get the word blacklist, right? And we're gonna see how these two words tie in on a spiritual level. A list of people who are considered deserving of punishment and exclusion from employment, okay? So people will say, well, yeah, that's the white man definition of it, but that's also God's definition of it. Remember, it says right here, without moral light. So let's get that. Let's get that in the Bible, okay? We're gonna go to Proverbs 6, and we're gonna take it to verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs or instructions are the way of life. So if you don't have the law, then you have no light. So you are in darkness. So the white man's definition is God's definition. So we can't get mad at him saying that we're black, because once you don't follow the law of the Most High, right, you are in darkness and you are black. You understand what I'm saying to you? And Isaiah tells it to you in another way. Let's get to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 1, we're going to start at verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know. We don't consider who we are. These are two dumb animals right here. And they know exactly who the owner is, but we don't. We go around and try to be everyone else. We try to assimilate with everyone else, right? The Lord says in verse 4, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corruptors, I should say. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. So when you hear this definition and you see the word here without moral light or goodness, don't be mad at what the black man, the white man put in there, because we are the ones, and this was in Isaiah's time in the Babylonian captivity. It's way before Esau, Edom came into the picture. So we could say, yeah, now we're in oppression, this, that, and the third. But guess what? We brought this on ourselves because of our wickedness, right? And I'm going to show you another definition of why they call us black in this kingdom. Watch this video with this Edomite. Right. So this Edomite here is called Phil Schreiner. He used to work for the government, CIA, independent contractor. He's seen a lot, knows a lot. So he's a so-called, quote unquote, whistleblower, bringing out a couple of information. He's going into all the underground stuff they got and all that other stuff. But what I really want to tap into is what he says coming out to the end. Okay. So listen to carefully what he says.
Military bases, by the way, these underground military bases, they cost somewhere between 17 and 26 billion dollars. They employ 1,800 to 10,000 workers each in varying grades of skill. They gobble up totally through the black budget, over 1/4 of the black budget, or roughly $310 billion. Of course, you may say, well, where are these figures coming from? Well, the black budget, as we know it, in quote, black projects, which anything called black is significant of hidden.
Hear that one more time again, brothers and sisters.
Is significant of hidden. Know it, in quote, black projects, which anything called black is significant of hidden. Hidden from Congress, hidden from the American people, and very few people are even in the know about it at all.
Exactly. And that is why you do not know your heritage and your culture, because a select few people on the top know exactly who you are. And I'm going to show you how that is exactly in the Bible. All right, let's get straight to it. Psalms 83, right? Keep not thou silent, O power. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies made a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. See, there's people that hate us, and we have enemies. So we're going around singing Kumbaya, right? You don't understand what's going on. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Hear what the man just said. Anything hidden, anything black means hidden. That's why you're called black, right? You're blacklisted. You don't follow the law. And that's why they were able to do what they did. They said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. How do you cut us off? You take away our ability to follow the laws of the Most High, which they did in the 1500s through the Spanish Inquisition. That's where we became black. And these are all the people that gathered together to do that. And I know it's hard to believe that Esau, Edom, Ishmael, Moab, Hazareans, Gebal, Ammon, all these people that make up United Nations, it's hard to believe that they consulted to hide our history, but they all do. They all have our records. They all have our history hidden to keep us in darkness. That's how powerful you are. When you start to follow the laws of the Most High, you become light, and they become darkness, because they were never light to begin with. Right? I'm going to show y'all some history now, and to show you how they actually knew. Okay, I'm just going to dive into this, Our Living Bible, written by Michael Ava Yonah, right? And this is the two Jewish rabbis right here. So let's see what they found when they went searching for their history. Look and behold, look at the pains of these people. Let's see who these people are. So Joseph found favor in his sight. This is a quote from Genesis 39, 4-5, by the way. And attended him, and he made him overseer of his house. Why? Because Jacob prophesied and said they'll have 7 years of famine. The blessings of the Lord was upon all that he had in his in-house and field. Now let's see who these people were, because we know Jacob was from the tribe of Ephraim. So let's see who these people were that was in Egypt at the time, these Israelites, right? Painting from the tomb of Neff, 15th century BC, okay? Let's get some more of this, man. Let's get some more. This is the Israelites marching in to Israel, Egypt, Slaki, right? And the sons of Israel carried Jacob, their father, and their little ones and their wives in the wagons with Pharaoh had sent to carry them, okay? Let's get some more depictions, right? This is when Pharaoh made us do the brick, right? And to build his treasure cities. And their lives were bitter with hard service in mortar and brick. Exodus 1:14. Paid from the tomb of Rakhimah, 15th century. Let's see who these people were. Now, it's one thing to say, okay, Israel's a speckled bird. We come in different shades. But to say that none of us look like this now, and everybody over there in the Middle East are that, and we're just outcasts and we don't know who we are. Come on, man. That's madness. That's madness, right? They know who we are. That's why they call us black, hidden, right? Bywords, because they know who we are. It's right here. I'm gonna give y'all some more. There's another book here. Another book here is Nature Knows No Color Line by J.A. Rogers. This is a real good book, by the way, to get. I'm gonna go to page 122, right? Digging some history here, because we just saw a depiction of the Jews. This was like in Egypt, but let's see more modern definition of how they look. Most of the Negro strains in Northern Europe and Russia were taken in by the Jews, who, in spite of religious prejudices against them, intermarried with Christians and Maurice Fishberg. In a comprehensive study, the Jew has shown, and, says Hertz, innumerable aristocrats have married Jewish. As was already said, the ancient Jews who left Egypt, which we just saw, had been quite Negroid, which we just saw, after mating with the Egyptians and Ethiopians for centuries. Now, that's not true, because we saw a picture of Jacob that was sitting there, right? And Jacob didn't mix with nobody. So that's a lie. That's how these books, you have to be real keen when you read these books, because we just saw a picture, in case people forgot, of Jacob sitting there over the children of Israel. Okay, so let's not get the lie right here. That's Jacob, right? That's Jacob. Salaki, not Jacob. That's Joseph, right? Found favor. That's Joseph. He was made viceroy. So he didn't mix with nobody yet. He came there straight from because his brother sold him into captivity, if you understand the story. So that's a lie. Let's nip that lie in the bud right there. So let's keep going. They were probably even originally Negroid. See, probably now. Now, they just said they were mixing. Now they were probably even originally Negroid, which we were. Stop it. Abraham, according to the Bible, came from Ur of the Chaldees. Chaldea was the seat of Sumerian civilization, which had long considered to be white Aryan, but it was Negroid, said Spearing in the childhood art, because they went and found all the relics. Now let's get some more. The Portuguese Jews were very dark, said Picard. The Duchess de Ambertis, wife of Napoleon, ambassador to Portugal, said that the Jew, the Negro, and the Portuguese could be seen in a single person. So dark were the Jews, especially of Portugal and southern Spain, that many whites thought all the Jews were black or dark, right? This is in secular history. So don't let them fool you, man. Don't let them fool you. And you're gonna see how a lot of us, what they did was we intermarried so much. So if you look here, this is Abraham Hannibal, a Negro, right? Peter the Great. How many people know about this guy? They don't teach you that in history. He married a white woman, had this son. He married a white woman, had this son. Now this guy here, when you get down, right? This guy, the descendant of Prakash, great grandson of Queen Victoria, cousin of George, I believe that's the 6th. Now you're gonna see how this became that, because what they did was when he married white, the white family members that married into the black royalty, what they did was, say for instance, like you had Princess Di. Okay, she marries and she gets promoted to be a queen, well, all her family members are royalty, but she didn't come from royalty, right? So this is how they got tied into our royal bloodline, right? This is a whole video for another day. I'm just showing you how you'll see the lineages come all the way down, and then you'll see this guy, he's being called Sir Robert this and all this other things. And because we're hidden, don't know our history, we don't understand the origins of how these royal bloodlines come in. And I'm going to show y'all close it out with this depiction I got here of how they do things as well. And we don't know because we don't know our history. Okay, we're going to dive in. We're going to show you how when they married into our bloodline, they basically became us. So the House of Windsor became into being in 1917, when the name was adopted as the British Royals family officially named a proclamation of King George V, replacing the historical name of Saxon-Coburg-Gotha. It remains the family name of the current royal family. The present queen has family ties with most of the monarchies in Europe. When you understand why they changed their name, this is around World War I. And all of their names basically go back to German origin, Themen, if you understand Esau's bloodline. That's why they said the present queen has family ties to most of the monarchs in Europe, because they're all related. They're all cousins. George V is related to the Tsar in Russia, and the Tsar in Russia is related to the German king as well. And that's a German name that they had. That's Saxon-Coburg-Gotha. So when they changed it to Windsor, because it was more of a British name, because the British people was like, well, listen, if you fighting the Germans and the Russians and you have the same last name, then you just like them. So they changed the name for public opinion to be accepted, to get a backdrop on that. Now, forwarding off to now, right? The Stone of Destiny to be moved to London for the new king's coronation. Now, what is the Stone of Destiny? Now, when a people take over your heritage, they have to do everything that you would be doing. So I'm going to show you what the Stone of Destiny is, okay, biblically, and show you why they even have that. Notice that thing is cut out from the ground, all right? Right. To understand the Stone of Destiny, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 28. Just going to skim through it a little bit. Start at verse 13. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham, thy father, and the God of Isaac, and the land whereon thou liest, to thy will I give it, and to thy seed. And it shows you how he's going to bless the seed above, from the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. I'm just skimming through it because I want to get straight to the point. Now, Jacob had a dream, if you understand this chapter right here, the backdrop. He went up to the ladder and he was in the gates of heavens, right? And he was afraid, and he said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning and took the stone that he had put for his pillows, and set it upon a pillar, and poured oil upon to the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, right? But the name of the city was called Luz at the first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if God will be with me and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come to my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be God's house. And of all thou shalt give me, I will surely give the tenth unto thee. So that's the Stone of Destiny. When you understand it, they cut it out from the ground. They knew exactly where it was, and they have to do the ritual like they are Jacob's descendants. Now, you'll say, well, why would they do all that? Because you have to understand what the word British means. Okay, let's get that. Okay, the word British is land of the covenant. The word British is a Hebrew word meaning men of the covenant. So if you're part of a covenant and you're part of a historical people that are from Jacob, right, the 12 tribes, you have to do everything pertaining to Jacob. Guess what? If you're hidden and you don't know your history, people are going to become you, do stuff that you're supposed to be doing while you're calling yourself black. And this is why we don't know who we are. And an ox doesn't know his master's crib. And people that came to our bloodline, not through our bloodline in terms of they are a bloodline, but mixed in our bloodline, became us, later took on our history and became us in this present future. If someone controls the present, they control the past. If they control the past, they control the future. And that's why they don't want you to know your past, because your past is powerful. When you understand who you are as an Israelite from the 12 tribes of Israel, and you turn back to your power and you follow the Most High laws, you become light on this earth. And light is power. And what happens when you flick a light on in a room full of roaches? They scour away. But they want you in darkness, brothers. They want you in darkness. Come back to the light. Come back to your power. Abi Hawa and his sons in Mashak Yahushua. With that, brothers, I hope y'all got something out of it. I know I went back and forth a little bit, but I was just trying to give y'all a picture to let y'all see our history and understand a little bit better. And I hope y'all got something and understand, listen, this is what it is. And do your own research and figure out how we can improve better as a people going back to the Most High laws, statutes, commandments. And with that, brothers, love y'all. See y'all next time. If it be the Lord's will, y'all rock the Zah. It's your boy Zacharias. I'm out. Shalom.